GameStop. Have you been there lately? If so, then maybe you're one of the few that's keeping physical media alive. Or maybe you go in for shirts or collectibles. Either way, I must say, it's nothing like it used to be. When I was a kid, GameStop was life. I mean, it was the best. I would go there, pick out a game or two, depending on the price. You know, back in the day, you could get some really cheap games, and sometimes you could even find hidden gems. I mean, that's how I discovered the first Borderlands game, and that has become my favorite series, besides 3, I mean. 2 was an awesome game, one of my favorite of all time. But look, this video isn't about Borderlands, it's about GameStop and how it used to be an experience. I mean, I would get a game, open the case, read the manual all the way home. It was just great. But let's rewind all the way back to 1984 when GameStop was founded and became the largest video game retailer in the world. They changed the way we brought game consoles and accessories. Not only can you buy new, but you could buy used at a discount and trade your old games in for cash or credit. At its peak, GameStop had over 6,000 locations worldwide. It was making billions from used game sales, which gave the company higher profits since they didn't have to pay publishers when a game was resold. They were in nearly every mall or shopping center and all the kids loved it. But today, times have changed. Physical game sales are down and digital downloads are rising. But honestly, I really don't even see a way that GameStop can adapt to this new world unless maybe they become an online digital storefront. And things aren't getting any better with the release of the Switch 2, now selling game key cards, which are basically just keys that let the eShop know you own the game and give you the right to download it to the console. I mean, honestly, what's the point? Unless you just want a box. And speaking of box, Xbox and PlayStation are phasing out physical releases without making the announcement. Plus, they're putting a lot of money into their online services that offer digital games, that being Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. This whole downfall of GameStop really started in 2010 when most of the world was getting access to faster internet and their PlayStation 3s and Xbox 360s were getting bigger hard drives. A lot of gamers were staying home and downloading the game instead of taking a trip to the store, or take the risk of going to the store to get a big new release and most likely finding out that the game has sold out in stores. Also, believe it or not, but mobile gaming in 2010 was on the rise around this time. That also affected console gaming as well, and everyone was starting to get a smartphone. Now, unlike today, back then most of the games in the app stores were free to play without all of the ads and some microtransactions, and people were getting hooked. Then there was Amazon that gave you the option to buy your physical games online and have them shipped to your house, and sometimes you could even get the game on Amazon for cheaper than in GameStop. So yeah, physical game sales dropped year after year. Now, not only were their sales going down, but their reputation was becoming bad as well. I mean, people were getting tired of the aggressive upselling, the poor trade-in prices, and sometimes the staff was just disrespectful and rude. I mean, you can go in there today and you're lucky if they even greet you when you come in. Their stock fell, stores started closing, layoffs hit, so in the late 2010s, it was clear that GameStop couldn't survive the same way they did in the past. Fast forward to 2021, there was the meme stock madness where users of Reddit and Wall Street Bets saw the hedge funds were betting against GameStop. In response, thousands of retail investors started buying shares, sending GameStop's stock price soaring from $20 to over $400 at its peak. Now, you would think this would have saved GameStop, right? Well, you would be wrong. It didn't save them, but it gave them time and attention. It raised millions in capital and brought in new leaders, including Ryan Cohen, co-founder of Chewy. Many hoped this would be GameStop's big comeback moment. Now let's fast forward one more time to 2025, and GameStop is still around, but it's not thriving. The company has closed hundreds more stores in the US and around the world. I've had 3 stores close just in my area in the last 2 years. Most of their revenue now comes from collectibles, hardware, and a shrinking market of physical game sales. GameStop has tried to push into online sales and even dabbled into crypto and NFTs, but with little lasting success. And leadership has changed several times since the meme stock craze. Now, the worst thing of all is that the new generation of gamers are growing up with a digital first mindset. Most of them own a digital PS5, a digital Xbox Series X, they game on PC, or are planning on getting a Switch 2, and like I said in the beginning of the video, they're gonna see these key cards as pointless. So what gives them a reason to visit a GameStop in a world of PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass, cloud gaming, and digital sales? Honestly, nothing. Now, despite all of this, GameStop isn't dead. Yet. Now, don't take this the wrong way because I grew up enjoying and going to GameStop, so I'm just keeping it real here. But there are a few things that can keep them alive a little bit longer. With the rise of geek culture and franchises like Pokemon, Marvel, and Star Wars gives GameStop a chance to pivot toward being a pop culture store like Hot Topic or Box Lunch. Action figures, plushies, and fan gear might offer better margins and more consistent demand. And there are a lot of retro gamers and physical media collectors, so maybe they could double down on becoming a spot for these communities, offering rare games, consoles, and accessories both in store and online. They could also start hosting local tournaments, trading nights, or gaming previews. Stores will become experience-based instead of just retail outlets. And even though it's tough to compete with digital sales and Game Pass, the stores could start a rental service that could attract budget-minded gamers who want physical disc. Now look, I'm not saying any of these ideas would save GameStop, I'm just sharing some of my ideas. So the big question on everyone's mind is how much longer can GameStop survive? Well, in my opinion, if they keep doing what they're doing and relying on physical games in a digital world, then maybe they'll have 3 to 5 years. I may be wrong, but I can't see this going on for much longer. Stores will continue to close, profits will shrink, and relevance will fade. The company might hang on longer in some form, maybe as a website or a small chain of stores, but the days of saying that GameStop is a household name are clearly over. But if they do find a way to survive, and I hope they do, it will never be the same GameStop as we experienced in the early 2000s. Now, they might find a smaller role in the gaming culture, but it's going to be hard to avoid becoming the next Blockbuster. And we know how that ended. So let me know in the comments, do you guys still shop at GameStop? And if so, what do you buy? Thanks for watching.